Hi there, welcome back to Chennai and the Sunday evening backpack experience. Basically, yeah, I left you with pulling some stuff out of my backpack. We've got another 15 minutes now, so I'm going to still try and hurry this up a little bit. We got down to maps and compass and survival pouch. This is like my survival pouch. Basically, Wilco's or any sort of kitchen hardware sort of type place. Don't get these type of boxes from camping shops because they'll cost you the earth. Just go to supermarkets, or I've got this from like a kitchen type, kitchenwares place. It's a lot cheaper and they do the same job. They're airtight, so they will be watertight, or they'll at least float on top of the water. That's my cooking, my tiny little stove. Well, no, sorry, that's my tiny little stove. It's an old Hexi stove, and you can use whatever fuel or firelighters in them. But anyway, back to it. A mug, which I didn't actually get out, which I was supposed to. Bear with me. Instead of a mug on this journey, I've been using one of these. It's a metal container, usually that has hot coffee in it. Word of warning, don't put fizzy drinks in this. I put cola in this, and I basically within a few shakes, and I didn't realise this, and it was like an hour or so later, my whole day travel little pouch was soaked, as was my Thailand guidebook. So don't put fizzy or gassy drinks in these things. But yeah, perfect for coffee. I'll just they've got a little pouring device on the top here, but I don't bother using that. Nice insulated cup, very practical, more useful than a mug, and you can store chilled water in it as well if it's a hot day, or to extend your water carrying capabilities. Duct tape. People laugh at me when I say duct tape and all that, but it is useful if you have to repair something. A better product now on the market is an American product called Gorilla Tape. It's a lot stronger. The adhesive on it is far better, and I haven't got that, but I've just got some more duct tape in it. That basically where I can get to it, but not immediately. No, at the top of the side pouch, but very useful. Wash kit. I've got a very small wash kit. This was, I think, from Walmart. Not all of it, just the actual towel and its plastic little zipper case and all that. Very basics. Just one razor, one washcloth, toothpaste, and toothbrush. Essentials, like. But you'd be uncomfortable without them. Soap, obviously, I recommend buying that, and a tiny little bottle of shampoo as and when you need it. And most guest houses have those tiny little soap bars that are, it's not the best soap, but it does the job again. So wash kit, kettle and stove. I just wanted to show you my little kettle. I love this thing. I don't use it too much because it basically just does one mug of coffee or one soup or whatnot, but always good to have a separate container. I have got this thing as well to do my freeze-dried food in. Basically the bog standard mess tin. It looks slightly different, and it's got a lid, which a lot of them don't have. That's because I bought it in China for next to nothing, but I got it because it was stainless coated. How long that stainless will last, I don't know, but I find it more practical. Always keep one mess tin, reasonably large one, with a lid for cooking, and a separate one just for boiling your water up, or just doing your night and evening cocoa or whatnot. So that's kettle and stove. Leach kit is in one of the sides here. Right, that's what we said about earlier on. That's wipes, the infamous bog roll. Yes, very important. Put the bog roll in a Ziploc bag, please. The worst thing you want when in an emergency situation is to have a wet bog roll. You'll notice this doesn't have an actual roll in the middle of the bog. You used to be able to buy them rollless bog roll, but they irritatingly don't sell it anymore. So all I can say is it will take you more than 5 or 6 minutes to unroll and roll up, or roll off a bog roll into this, but it's worth it because it saves so much more space, and it's nicer than just getting a bog roll and just squashing it flat, because that takes just a little bit more room up. Anyway, what was it? We was after the leech kit, which is in here somewhere. That was my again was my emergency shelter. Bungees to actually hook it up. Fly sheets or whatever just to keep the rain off, with eyelets in each of the 4 holes in the corners. Takes less than a minute to put up. Perfect. Oh, sure, we've probably gone in the wrong pocket. Oh, here we go. No. Pack of playing cards. Absolutely a must with social gatherings. It's not actually in there. I don't even know my own backpack. What the hell? We'll get the right one in a minute. Righto. This one, this side. It must be in this side. There's my survival kit with tools and stuff. We'll have a little look at that in a minute. This looks disorganised, but when it's all packed up properly, what was it? Convenience of getting to stuff is important. You don't want to be bit by a snake or a spider or something and then have to rummage in the centre of your backpack. Now this is, I bought this years ago. Thankfully I've never had to use it. You can still get these, and so I'm assuming it does actually work. Basically what it is just a type of syringe. You put the cup over the infected or the wounded area, connect it up, and then suck the actual poison or the actual pin or whatever it is out. Yeah, the stinger, sorry. Yeah, very glad that I haven't had a chance to use that. Right, what we're actually looking for is in here. I did back it. Right, it's a little mint tin. You think, oh, that's cute and all that, but this is my anti-leech kit. I keep it in all. Basically, I'm not going to bother opening it. All it is in there is, as I've said before, is just salt and pepper sachets from your local cafe or restaurant. That's all it is, but in a tiny little box, just right where you can get to it. Obviously leeches aren't life-threatening, so you want to put that right at the bottom of that, that area, and then put the snakebite kit and the first aid kit nearer to the top where you can get to it. Right, that's leeches and snakebite kit. Guidebooks are here somewhere. All of them are wrapped up in again, any books, even if they're inside your backpack, wrap them up and you're not using them all the time, wrap them up in a decent plastic bag, so just if there is a downpour and you can't get underneath your shelter or whatever else, they don't get destroyed, like my first 2 guidebooks did. Yeah. Also, a story. Or I'm on my 7th book now in this 4.5 months. It is important just for relaxation and stuff. A lot of people, so-called survival experts on the TV, tell you all this stuff to take on expeditions and all that, and for long durations abroad and whatnot. What they don't tell you is, if you do miss home or whatever, the best thing to have is a couple of books, fictional books, or whatever books, but I find fiction the best, and more importantly, music. This is one of the smallest MP3 and cheapest MP3 players on the market at the moment, but it contains like 50 albums, which when I started travelling, I'd have to take 6 compilation cassettes in a Walkman, which would, and after that a CD player and like 10 CDs or something in it. Very bulky, very awkward, very easy to damage. Those things are perfect. So yeah, music and books, and you can go for months traveling without getting homesick or whatnot. Travel documents, again, very important. I've had them in, this is another waterproof container. Actually, before I went on this journey, my old boss, Richard, thank you again for all the stuff and whatnot. Yeah, all the documents, sorry. but obviously keep your passport always on you. Travel, you know, tickets and stuff, they can be replaced. Like I said, they're not as important. So this is just other documents and stuff. Keep them in a waterproof container. My latest addition is an actual waterproof bag here. This is because I was expecting to go down another river that I thankfully didn't. And if you capsize or if you go swimming, or what I'm going to do is put my swim costume in that one and my snorkel gear and stuff, and hopefully one day when I can afford to buy some dive gear, put that in there as well. It's a brilliant bag. It's just very simplistic. It's waterproof in the ocean and in the river. Only about $20, but well worth it. You can use it as a shoulder bag or whatever. Very, very useful. What else is it? Obviously raincoat. Yeah, right. But I did bring it anyway, and I store it just on top of the in the lower compartment, where or even underneath my sleeping bag, because I'm not going to use it frequently, but it's there if I need it. MP3 player, I've said. Phone, I've said. Yeah, if you're not using it, like the last 2 months I've had it on permanently, but I haven't had any texts or anything. You can, if you're in the wilderness and you're you're not getting any signal or anything, you might as well just put it in a waterproof container. And again, go and buy these things from supermarkets or Walmart type places, because they'll be a lot cheaper. I've taken all these memory cards, and I did take an electronic copy of my CV just in case I was to meet another employer on this fantastic journey. Anyway, address book somewhere. Yeah, just a little diary. In the back I put all contact numbers, not just credit card company, bank and doctor numbers, all the essential ones, but families, friends, anybody that you're going to need to text happy birthday to, or just say hi to when you're abroad, or just keep in contact with, or for whatever reason, everybody's number that you will possibly need in the back. Obviously little diary, I've done sort of had to do bullet points basically for most of it, because it's a kind of a tiny dictionary, but I can put other notes around, or in the months that I'm not using it I can tear pieces out if I need to give my email address or whatever to fellow travellers that I meet. Very useful. Always keep some paper or a little notebook on you when you're travelling. Very, very useful. Camera, yeah. I've got a basic camera that's I only discovered had a movie function, obviously, on this journey. I wish I realised that in Peru. We would have had a lot more fantastic experiences on that you'd be watching already. Anyway, yeah, camera. I do recommend possibly, you don't really need a waterproof case for it, unless you're going out on the ocean a lot. This camera, as I said before, isn't waterproof, so I've had to go to lengths to protect it, and sadly not take it up a couple of rivers that were beautiful, and not be able to capture those. Hang on a second. Right, I'll have to speed this up a little bit. Yeah, address book, same as the as that. Shades and a protective hat to cover your head from sun or anything. Do get polarized shades. They don't have to be designer, they don't have to be expensive, but make sure they're polarized. Protect your retinas. Yeah, like I said, shampoo and soap, buy that stuff on route. You don't need to carry it with you. Oh yeah, what I haven't listed, travel adapter, very important. One of these is good for every country. Yeah, this is that is branding it and all that, which I don't usually do, but St. John Ambulance, I can't say enough good stuff about them. Their products are fantastic, top range, and also, more importantly, their first aid courses are brilliant. So if you do get spare time and money to do that before you travel, it's always better to travel with a bit more first aid knowledge. I mean, you can always buy the manual in a bookshop and stuff, but it's not quite the same as some actual practical experience with their trained teachers and stuff. and it's a good, worthwhile experience as well. So yeah, so I'm not going to go actually into the first aid kit, because all the first aid kits that you'll see in Boots or in anywhere that you'll get it, they should have a list of the contents on there, and match that list with the list of essential items in your guidebook that should be in your guidebook, and just get the one that contains the most stuff. You don't have to keep it in that container. Hang on a minute. This will have to be part 3. Hang on.